Today we'll be talking about our horoscope. Water, air, fire. Did you guys know there are elements to actual zodiac signs? We're legit the airbenders today because today we'll be looking into our horoscopes, see what's up, and if it applies to our daily lives today. I personally don't believe in horoscopes, but we'll take it as a form of entertainment and a light conversation. So join us in our little chat and let's just dive in.
All right. I'm just gonna dive in and start with mine. So my sign is a Cancer and my element is water because obviously crab equals water. It's an underwater creature. Anyways, my sign is water. And when it comes to love, for water signs, they're really not very good at casual dating because they fall in love very quickly. And that is totes me. That is totally me. I mean, I can't do anything casual. I'm in it for the long haul. I want a genuine relationship and I need to prevent myself from falling in love too quickly and getting my heart broken too quickly. And they also tend to idealize people or get anxiously attached, but their proclivity towards staying home and being with family makes them very loving partners. Very true. I'm a family person, gal. And I do tend to, I don't really get anxiously attached, but I do get attached to someone I really like. I like to hang out with you and I like you to be part of my life and I'll try my best to follow up.
I think you're a very emotionally built person. Like your relationships are built on emotion, like dependence.
Yes, for sure. And then in terms of money, water signs, they're concerned with security, but they're also emotional and anxious. So they may self-soothe by spending. Now that part, I would only self-soothe if my bank account allows me to self-soothe. If like Cindy could mention, when I was on a budget, I was on a budget. I did not spend on anything.
Stuck with it hard.
Yeah. I'm someone who, if I have a goal, I follow through that goal. Even my mom was like, it's just a number on paper. You just wrote it as a goal. But what I tell my mom was like, but mom, it's on the paper. It's on the paper. What the paper say, I must follow, even though I wrote the paper. I cannot change it. So, and then they said they would do well with life or money coach to help keep them out of their feelings at a certain point. I don't think I need a money coach. I am the money coach. I am myself the coach. So I don't need that. You got to spend money on money coaches. I don't need to do that. Be my own. Learn how to finance, learn my own personal finance. Finding balance. They may feel oversaturated by their own emotions, whether that be sadness, anger, or anxiety. So managing emotions through practices like breathe working or tapping can be incredibly helpful. That's nice to know because I'm like, I have a thing with emotions. Emotions just are all over me. What's another?
You're a bubble of emotions. You're just
bubbles of
emotion.
emotion. I'm type of where I gear towards positive emotions. I don't really like negative emotions at all. I try to block it or try not to put myself in these kind of situations. I like to be in a happy environment. You know, that's where I thrive the most in.
Thrive and strive.
Thrive and thrive.
Cool. Okay. Well, that's the 3 points in yours. I'll go with my 3 points of love, money, and finding balance. So I'm a Gemini, and that is apparently an air sign. Yeah, sounds cool. I'm the airbender. Woohoo. Okay. Airbender. So the first category is love, and it says needs stimulating conversation. Air in love needs to connect with through conversation and feel mental connection or shared sense of humor. Completely agree on that. I think that's 100% true, given the fact that lots of my friendship and current connections I have with people is really based on if you're an interesting person or I have fun having conversations with you. So in terms of love, I'm pretty sure.
I'm an interesting person, Cindy.
Yes. Cindy could be like, if you're a doll, you're annulled.
That's so true. Like there's this one. I get it. So, oh my God, we're getting so good at this. Strive and thrive, Darwin Nold. Yeah. But it's true. Like there was this one colleague that I found her very boring, and so boring to a point where I want to avoid meeting her at all costs. I don't even want to engage in conversation. That's how bad it is. So yes, interesting, engaging conversations. Key point there. They also say they also don't like to be rushed into decisions and take a free-spirited approach to relationship. Yes, don't give me a deadline. I can can determine within my own period. The other one, money. They say that folks are good with technology, so they do well with apps to manage their finances. I don't use an app for that, so not really true. I don't know. I don't like exposing my data, my financial data on an app or something like that. Doesn't make me feel very security-wise,
Data theft.
Keep it to myself. They also say that air signs are impulse spenders, but they spend on social things like going out, meeting up with friends, and things like that. I have to agree on that only because Angela pointed out to me that there's one time we went out, and because just by the fact that we went out after was it lockdown or something, we haven't met in a long time, and it was it felt like a special occasion, a special moment for the two of us. Oh, you were about to leave. That's it. So it's moments like this when it seems like a significant event or significant day, I would be impulsed to buy something. So yeah, so I ended up getting a golden bracelet. But that golden bracelet it was relatively okay. The cost was not too expensive, but yes, I got that. And so every time when I see it or something, I'll be reminded of the day. That's how my mind thinks, even though that gold bracelet was a little bit more costly than what I usually spend. But yes, agree on that statement. The other part, finding balance. So they say that air signs can feel frantic and scattered at times. So when out of balance, it's important for the sign to prioritize grounding and getting out of their head.
Yeah, if you're build up on emotions, you just need to stay grounded and just come back to where you were.
Let it out, have a moment of music time, thinking back to yourself, grounding back to who you are. Yeah, I think I do that. That is pretty true. It also says because air signs thrive in social situations, they can honor that part of themselves by seeking meaningful connections with others. I guess so, yeah. But I'm not too sure if they can say they thrive in social situations. There are some times where I'm just very quiet. I don't think I thrive that much.
Maybe if you're in a tight situation, do you rely on your friends to kind of connect with them and come back to being grounded or something?
Oh, that could be one. If I have a hard time at work, I'll give a moment of insult, dissing with another colleague just to make myself feel better and come back to
right. You have to vent out
work
everything to someone.
Vent it out. Yeah.
Okay.
Fire.
Wow. I can't believe I'm the element of fire, to be honest. I feel like I'm the farthest thing away to fire. But I'm an Aries sign, and apparently their element is fire. So you know the drill, the love section. So they say that fire elements, their relationships are passionate lovers and will go after the object of their affection with intensity. Sure, if I have something that I'm interested in, but I'm not sure if it relates to a person. I mean, yeah, sure. If I find someone very attractive, maybe I'll be crazy in love with them, but I don't think I would ever actually portray my interest. Yeah.
Right. I feel like you're more protective.
Yeah,
just
I
an
don't
unconscious shield
exactly.
from
I don't
portraying too
expose
much.
my emotions. Maybe I will one day. You never know. And the flame that burns twice as bright burns half as long. And this couldn't be more true for fire signs. It's important for fire signs to take their time in love so they don't burn out. Actually, that is true. I get tired of idols and people I like celebrity-wise very easily. I mean, maybe that only tends to idols or celebrities because there's a very small chance that I'll ever meet them or have any type of relationship with them. So maybe that's why.
I want your mindset. I'm in love with NCT Mark for a long time.
Yeah, true love, man.
Very dedicated, honestly.
Honestly, I don't know how you maintain that interest.
Oh, because I love his personality. I don't even like his look. I love his personality. And that's so hard. Everybody in this world can be beautiful and good looking, but it's hard to find a good person.
Yeah, I like their personality, but it never lasted how many years are you in?
Oh, 2016. So it's been
oh my God.
It's been 6 years.
Wow.
7 years. Oh, but it will never reach the point where I was madly in love with Harry Styles. To the point where I really thought I had a chance with Harry Styles. But for Mark, if he was ever there and I've met, I just want to be friends with him. It doesn't have to be romantic, to be honest. I just want him in my life.
Wow. Dedication there.
But then if he has a girlfriend, then maybe I don't want to be part of his life because I'll be probably jealous. So
that's such a complicated relationship.
Complete sense.
Yeah. Moving on. Money. So go with their gut when it comes to money. They know if they see it and they want it, they get it. It says usually go with their money, though their impulsive nature can come out when they go shopping. I don't shop. Period. So
maybe that protects you. Oh my God, you've been protecting yourself unconsciously this whole time.
Yeah, I can see myself being uncontrollable with money, but I do put a lot of thought into my purchases. Like I remember sending you guys the overalls I was thinking of buying, and like I
Mm,
ended up not buying it because I didn't like this part, I didn't like that part. Yeah, I thought about it
mm.
for a while. I wouldn't say I'm an impulsive purchaser, but sure, good thing to know in the future. Lastly, finding balance. Tendency to get really overstimulated and take on a lot of projects. So they should be aware. Cut down on doing too many projects at once, overscheduling themselves, or even drinking too much caffeine. Huh. I don't know. Any thoughts? Like, do you think I overwork?
I think that you're in a fortunate position where your life has balance right now because of your work and because of where you are right now. But I
Mm.
think if you were put in like a very, I think all of us are like this because we're at the age where we're trying to prove ourselves. If we are at a situation where everything is being tasked to us, we will try to take everything on.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's hard to cut down because first, you don't want to say no. And second, we have that imposter syndrome. We're like, oh, we need to prove them that we can do everything because that's what they hired us for. But again, I'm trying to, find my inner balance and then try to find a line where enough is enough. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't like overwork myself. I'm still trying to find that.
Right.
Hopefully, I succeed in the future and I'm not
Oh, yeah.
overwhelmed and having a pimple on my mouth.
Yeah, maybe I'm further stage than you are. I'm currently in a bit of a I don't give a F moment. So that might be our next stage to move towards. I don't know. Let's just see how
True.
life brings us. Yes.
There may be growth in plateau of after you find a balance. You get uncomfortable after a while because you're, growing and taking the next step.
Mm.
And we'll see. But yeah, finding balance for right now, I like Angela said, I would say I'm at a balanced state. But I know previously when, we were in university, that senior year, I was like crazy overbooked. I was a part-time intern. I had to do classes. I was applying to jobs. I was applying to grad schools. I was doing like multiple things at once. And I remember, that graduation photo shoot that we had with our gowns and stuff. I remember getting there like almost late because I was finishing up my internship and I was just sweating hot. I looked at the photo and I remember my skin was like glowing with like sweat. And I was like, that is so gross. And but I was juggling so many things at once. I think I do have a tendency to do that. But like Angela said, I think I should find a balance. And right now I'm in a balanced state, but never know. Maybe one day Angela or Cindy may call out. They could be like, you're handling way too much, and you just gotta calm down.
All right, so let's now dive into the monthly horoscopes. And for those of you who don't know where we get our resources from, we get it from Elle and also what? Just Elle?
Washington Post.
Yeah, Elle and Washington Post. So legit. So it's so legit. Anyways, for Cancer, for the monthly horoscope, this is speaking to me because it says your intuition guides you towards adventure that distracts you from your usual concerns and fill you with hope. By taking care of yourself, you gain the momentum you need to propel your career forward. In late spring, take advantage of changes or restructuring to claim your rightful place. Now, the reason why I know, right? The reason why it's speaking to me because in late spring, that is when potentially my visa comes out. It determines whether I go to Portugal or not. And that is a big change in my life. And I really need to fit that change around my career rightfully so it can propel me forward. I have to make decisions very clearly so I could propel forward in the right direction.
Wow. I think it really suits your situation right now.
Yeah.
So a rather accurate horoscope reading. Let me see mine. But Gemini, the progress you made in recent months is drawing attention. Do not hesitate to expand your social circle and connect with allies who encourage you to surpass your own expectations. More difficult relationships challenge you to stand firm in your beliefs and learn to take things more lightly.
Oh my goodness.
This is the advice I need. Oh my God, this is good advice. Wow, I think definitely the first part is quite accurate now that I've somewhat established my own, work progress, my work style. And now like I don't need to worry too much about proving myself because I already know that I'm a valuable member, But I also agree with the point where I need to expand my social circle. Something I'm actually thinking about improving on next is now that Angela is gone and a couple of friends have gone, I realized that my circle is very, very small at the moment. And maybe it'd be good to meet some new people. Just basically don't be alone at home, Cindy. You can do it. Meet people.
Yeah, for Aries, it says the month of February is like an incubator that helps put your ideas in order, redefine your missions, and evaluate the relevance of your choices because March will put you in the spotlight. The clearer you are your intentions, the greater your sense of accomplishment will be. Okay, I think this is kind of tapping into my mental state. I don't usually, like talk about all this a lot, but February was a month for me where I kind of, rethought my career path, wondering if I'm in the correct place and stuff. So I was kind of prioritizing what I value the most, what I think I want to do in the future. So mentally, I was in that state. March, I'm not sure if I'm planning to put that into action, but I do have my priorities sorted and I did a lot of thinking in February. So hopefully March will be kind of a result month of that prior month. But yeah, I guess it does make sense in my mental state where hopefully I have a clear thought of intentions and what I want to accomplish. Or if not, I can think more, I'm not in a rush, but I just need to prioritize my thoughts and just organize everything in my head because my brain has too many thoughts and it's getting too crowded in there.
Dang, so far the monthly horoscope is like pretty accurate. Let's see how the daily horoscope goes. We're microscoping into our horoscopes. I found this one to be really accurate, and I will explain after I read this mini spiel. So today we're recording March 10th, 2023. And for Cancer, it says your first instinct is to take it easy this evening. With the Libra moon gliding through your cozy fourth house, you're in the mood for a quiet night and might already know exactly what you want to eat and watch. But the next thing you know, a confusing ray from magical Neptune in your adventure court tries to lure you back into the world. Rather than holding up at home with a bad case of FOMO, make a cameo appearance at that party you heard about. Then retreat to Casa Cancer with a clear conscience. Okay, maybe the end is not really me today, but I was so stressed out today. I had a lot of things going on. And even after this podcast, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to lay in my bed and watch Boys Planet 99 episode 6. I'm not going to eat anything because it's late at night, but I'm going to see my idols dance and survive on the survival program. So I know exactly what I want to watch. And my adventure core is doing more work in the weekend. And I have to take a pause. I need to relax first before diving into more work. I don't get paid overtime, but I want to do extra work so I can be more prepared next week. Chill, Angela. Just watch that one episode and then you can go back doing work.
So I'm going to try my best to understand what my reading is for Gemini for today. But if you translate it, that'd be great. It's very fun adventure style language. So it starts with should you put your shoulder to the wheel or kick up your heels? The Libra moon in your fun-loving fifth house is putting you in a playful mood. So make social plans for tonight when you can log off and let loose. Be mindful of how much you can take on at work because a widening beam from Neptune may tempt you to say yes to a huge assignment without adding up how much the job entails. The brief high you get from an ego-boosting offer could soon vanish when you realize what you signed up for. Actually, it is partially true though. Next week is going to be a little bit difficult for me because my other colleague is going to be out and I said it's going to be fine. But maybe that's the huge assignment that I didn't know about. It's going to totally bite me in. I don't know. About the let loose, that would be a good advice to do.
Okay, Aries. What's the state of your close connections? With a Libra moon lighting up your relationship realm, you're prompt to take a look under the hood. La Luna's awkward encounter with a selfless Neptune today hints that guilt or codependence could be playing an outsized role. Have you fallen into the trap of playing savior in someone's life? Pull back from this pattern and get your dynamic back on the level. You don't need to be a superhero, and neither do they. Am I a superhero in someone's life?
I think it's trying to say that try not to get overwhelmed and solve everything. I feel like this is so Aries though, I feel like Aries is someone who is on fire and like
what?
Strong and aggregated. Aries, the god of Aries. He's like fight, 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 fight. Han ain't that. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, but we can interpret this as if there's a friend who's in need of help, you're always there to stand by them. And sometimes, like, if you put too much energy in that, you take away time from yourself. So
Yeah.
I think, take a break. You can just think of yourself, and no one's expecting you to be saviors.
A lot of people do come to me for their problems because
Baggages.
maybe because I don't like talk a lot, so I tend to listen a lot. So maybe that's why they come to me. But I personally don't get heavily impacted by people venting out their problems. So whenever someone shares their sadness, yeah, I do feel sad, but I don't necessarily like pressure myself to thinking I need to relieve their sadness. It's more like, yeah, let it out. Yeah, it's okay.
That's the kind of good personality to become like a therapist. I can't become a therapist because I want to solve their problem. I'll be like, okay, what are ways that I can solve your sadness so you can be happy again? Because I want you to be happy.
For me, it's like, I'm definitely going to be a therapist that judges.
That secretly judges.
I'm just like, I can't deal with my boyfriend like this. They're like, just break up,
To wrap it up, in today's podcast, we delved into the world of horoscopes and we learned all about our zodiac signs and how they can reveal our sort of deepest, I guess, darkest secrets, quote unquote. We also shared some funny stories about times we use our horoscopes to justify our actions or blame our shortcomings on our signs. But of course, we couldn't help but poke fun at the idea that our destiny is written all in the stars. But we still find ourselves checking our horoscopes on the daily, which we did. And all in all, our conversation was a lighthearted and entertaining look at the world of astrology. And we hope you had as much fun listening as we did recording this. So thank you guys tuning in for today's episode, Microscope into our horoscope. And if you haven't, please subscribe, like, and leave a rating for Banana Corn and recommend this to all your family and friends. And follow the Instagram Banana Corn PD and come back and join us on our next episode. This is us. Bye.
Bye.